friends. Today Miss McGaha is going to teach you a magical trick about when you are creating something or illustrating something, which is a fancy word for drawing a picture. Okay, so let's make sure my paper's on the right spot. Oh yeah, perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to start with, the first thing I do is always the same. I pick up my gray pencil and I write my name. So my name is Mrs. McGaha, and you'll write your name on here. I'm going to write the date. The 8, I'm going to write the short date. The 8 stands for August, so we're going to say January, February, March, April, May, June, July. August is the 8th month. 31 is because it is the 31st day of August, last day of August. 20 stands for the year 2020, and that is how you write the short date. So I'm going to ask you to share with me an illustration of a happy memory, and I am going to share with you my happy memory in order to inspire you to share yours with me. And yours doesn't have to be the same as mine. I just want to share my personal happy memory. Okay, so mine is going to be about one time when Keely and Brody and I had the day off and we went to a magical park. At the park, there was this really tall ladder, and it had so many steps, and Keely and Brody and even me went all the way up to the top, and it was so scary. But at the top it had a slide, and it wasn't a regular slide. It was a curvy, windy, crazy slide that took you all over the place, and you slid really far when you got off. Now, what if I say, I'm done, I give up, I quit? Or as Brody would say, I quit 200. You would say, Miss McGaha, you've only just begun. Because once you're done, you've only just begun. And you know what? That is so right. I wouldn't be able to tell you about the rest of my adventure if I just said I'm done. I've only just begun. If you have time to work on your picture, you use as much time as you can to add details, and I'll inspire you with other things too. So at this park, there was a super cool swing, but it wasn't a regular swing. It was a tire swing, and it went so high in the sky. Keely and Brody rode it together, and it was pretty magical. Attached to the swing, there was these giant monkey bars where the kids would climb on the top of it, and they would go all the way across. The monkey bars took you to this giant rock wall. It had all these rocks in it. When you got to the top, you were the king of the castle. Okay, I'm done. No, Miss McGaha, you've only just begun. Don't say you're done, because once you're done, you've only just begun. If I would have stopped now, you wouldn't have known about the soft grass, and it was so soft that you could just sit on it without a blanket, and you could have a picnic on it, or you could lay down and take a nap, or you could read a book. There's also giant trees, really big tall trees, but the slide was pretty big too, so they're as tall as the slide. And these trees were so shaded, they kept it nice and cool at the park, so you could stay there for a long time and relax. Now, I'm done. No, I've only just begun. I can add more detail. I have more time. If I stopped now, you wouldn't know that the trees were apple trees. And that way you could pick apples when you're at the top of the slide, so you had things to eat while you were there. And if I said, I'm done, and I didn't keep going because I've only just begun, you wouldn't know that it was a beautiful sunny day. And there was some clouds in the sky too. It kept it nice and shady so it didn't get too hot. And then if I said, I'm done. No, I've only just begun. I'm not done. If I was done now, you wouldn't know about the beautiful flowers that filled up the floor. And they were all different colors. And they were just beautiful and magical. And then there was also these amazing butterflies that flew all over the sky and watched us play. And sometimes they would land on our hand when we were sitting down. And I do think I might actually be done with all my detail to my picture. Do you see how I just filled that whole page with detail? But I'm done. No, I've only just begun. Now I can get my colors and I can start taking my time, making sure I'm coloring in the line. I like to trace the outside first and then color very softly inside the line like that and not rush through it. And I would color every single thing on this paper. So I would color everything on this paper and make sure the whole page was just full of beautiful colors and beautiful details. And I wouldn't stop until I was sure that I had colored everything, because once I think I'm done, I've only just begun. There's always something else you can add to your illustration. So even after, let's say I color everything in, and I've colored everything in, and I say, I'm done. No, I'm not done. I've only just begun. Now I'm going to start labeling my picture. And if sounding out the whole word is a little tricky for you, you can even just start with the first sound. Let's label the sun. Okay, so I'm going to draw an arrow right here. Now let's sound out the word sun. So what's the first sound? The first sound is S. Well, I don't know what that is. Oh my gosh, that's an S. So then I would sing my ABCs and I would stop at S, and then I would write the letter S. So I would write S, and then the next sound would be and then and I'd say, I'm done. No, you're not done. You've only just begun. I could label every single thing on this picture. And even after that, I could try and write a sentence about my illustration. So remember, once you're done, you've only just begun.